Hi there, it's Andrew from Parker Adams Boat Sales. I'm here in a very sunny Port Solent marina today, and behind me I have a 2011 Targa 38. Now, as all people know who follow the channel, I love my Fairlines, and this is a really special Targa 38. In fact, I think it's one of the latest ones that I've seen, which is not the GT model with the hard top, but it's still the open sports boat for that true Fairline Targa experience. 2011 model. It's powered by twin Volvo Penta D4-300 engines, and it also has joystick control. So there's lots of toys on this boat. It's a really lovely one, and something you might notice, draw your attention to straight away, it's a slightly off-white hull, which makes it look totally different from some of the more traditional blue-hulled ones. So it's a really special boat, and I'm looking forward to showing you the rest of the boat. So we've known quite a few owners from Port Solent of many boats, and I remember when this boat arrived 2 or 3 years ago, and people commented at the time that even the cellophane was still on the showers. So this boat has been incredibly lightly used. I believe it's a 2-owner boat from new, and the Fairline Targa 38 really is a special sports cruiser. So if we just start off on the bow looking forward, you've got a stainless steel anchor there, so stainless steel delta anchor. You've got sunpad cushions on the bow, and then good sized walkways. Now the Targa 38 is maximising internal space, so walkways are not huge, but plenty big enough to walk along, and of course you've got the really nice grab rails all the way along. As I mentioned before in another recent Targa 38 video, the styling of these is absolutely classic. They started off this styling line with probably the Targa 37, I think was the first one, then the Targa 34, and then the Targa 38, and then continued through the Targa range. But this one really does look exceptionally cool on the water. They have a really good sized bathing platform on these, and you can see that on this particular boat, the bathing platform is actually big enough to even put a Hurley davit on with a Spark jet ski. Now I believe he's keeping the Spark, but certainly, as with everything, could be available by separate negotiation. It is on the boat and looking very smart there. So that's the view from this side. So in terms of the covers, all the covers were replaced a couple of years ago. He has a winter set of covers that he tends to put on for the winter, and then you've got this set as well. And then the Teak is laid to, the bathing platform is laid to Teak. And if we just step on, it's nice and easy to get onto. You can see the name emblazoned there with a nice stainless steel name, Sharksea. Stepping on board the Targa 38, it's immensely familiar in terms of the Fairline Targa. A really nice U-shaped seating with a concealed table behind here, so the table actually folds out. But the most obvious thing you notice as soon as you come in is that the owner has upgraded all of the upholstery. So you've got really nice diamond stitched upholstery, which is picked up in several parts throughout the boat. So it's on all of the lower area there, it's on that backrest, and on the helm seat it's all beautifully upholstered too. So the cockpit space, it feels very sumptuous on here. Lots of nice soft furnishings, the upholstery is done beautifully, and the cover set just lets loads and loads of light in. Upgraded sound system, so there's a Fusion sound system which has been upgraded here. You've got little dot remote controls for it all around. And if I open up this area here, you have a wet bar. So you've got hot and cold running water, you've got a griddle, and then underneath here you have an opening fridge as well. So very practical and just a fun place to spend time with your family or your friends. All the teak is presented in beautiful condition, as you might imagine for a 2011 boat. Throughout the cockpit space it really is absolutely pristine. And then the helm area. So the helm area has got a slightly different layout to some of the Targa 38s. They modernised this. The latest generation EDC controls, the joystick as I mentioned earlier, Volvo Penta LCD displays, and then this Volvo D series cluster. Boat comes complete with autopilot, upgraded navigation, multifunction display, all the carling switches, and a couple more switches at the back there with your compass as well. There's a bolster seat, so this can be lifted up into that position, and he's even had a little seat made there, so if you want to sit down but just have a slightly elevated view forward, that works well. The bolster is only suitable if the covers are off, so if that's the step there, and then move the bolster up, so then it gets you really out in the sun and gives you that lovely Targa bombing across the water feel. The space up here is good. You've got enough space there for two to three people, but this U-shape really is what steals the show on this size boat, and I would say space there for probably about 8 people to sit around enjoying their day on the water. So let's head down below. Down below, the colour scheme is lovely. It's quite different. So the colour scheme on here is, it's got a brown carpet, it's got just off-white upholstery, and it looks very sumptuous. The owner's upgraded these areas here, so these have been wrapped So all of the cupboard faces have got it's just an off-white with a slight sparkle. You might just about see that in there. So they've all been changed. That's been wrapped, the side's been wrapped, and it does create this much more modern feel down here, and the carpet is presented in very, very nice condition. Big U shape, always like this table. It's a folding table, so you put it into cocktail mode, and when you come downstairs, actually it does make the space feel quite a bit bigger when that table is like that, or open it up for a dining experience. Upgraded smart TV, so there's a Toshiba television on there. Combi oven and grill, because of course this boat does have a generator, so this is fitted with a 4 kilowatt generator, which is absolutely perfect. Same generator I've got on my own boat, and it's ideal. Just you can run the hob, run the convection oven at the same time, and just about run the immersion heater as well. So usually you get about 3 items, but if you want to boil a kettle, it might be worth turning one of those items off. But 4 kilowatts is a nice amount of power for a boat of this size. All the control switches are nicely available just up here. Twin sink, large fridge, and storage space all around. So cutlery drawer and then a big storage space there. All the lockers at the back there all have all of your crockery, cutlery, and then more spaces for glasses in these slide outs here as well. Upgraded sound system, so the Fusion head unit is just in there. I believe that's an RA210, I believe. So nice Fusion sound system throughout. And let's move forward into the front cabin. The front cabin is a good size, just about enough space to get changed in here. Side access on both sides of the bed, and a big size round bed. Nice hatch there. I love sleeping underneath with lots of light coming through. And again, you can see the cupboards have been wrapped as well all around here. Everything presented in very nice condition. Large hanging space just inside there. There's a couple of director's chairs that he puts up into the cockpit space as well. And of course you do have a jack and jill arrangement. So you can go through that door into the heads, but I'm going to go through this one. Show you inside here. Boat's fitted with heating, so you can see a heating vent down there in the head. Full wraparound shower, countertop sink, lots of storage space around, window for ventilation, and good height throughout the boat. So it really does present very, very nicely. It's cosy in here, but there's absolutely enough space to have a shower, come out here and get dry. And I like the fact that the toilets are hidden away beneath this additional shelf, so you can just sit down here and get dry if you wanted to. This is the view as you come out of the heads and into the back cabin. So in the back cabin, they have a young child on board. So you'll see there are a few toys around, which I think is quite nice. It shows the family element of boating. You have a countertop sink in here, which is a nice touch. Lots of storage space all the way along. 2 windows, nice wooden blinds throughout. And then down here, it's a nice arrangement on the bed. So you've got the option here to have either 2 singles, so that infill would just come out, or as it is in now, it's filled in, so you've got a full-size double berth in there, which is really, really nice for having family, friends, or children on board. Ventilation window at the back, and another storage locker down there with lots and lots of space and storage all the way along. Something that really strikes me on this boat is that there really is a lot of storage space, even under the floor, just down here. Lift that up. Again, you've got another storage locker underneath there. That's access to the bilge. That's another place that you can put things. So actually, it's a dry bilge area. Just pop that down there. Pop that down. And there's even another storage locker just down there as well. This table drops down, so when I arrived today, that was actually in a sleeping mode. So table drops all the way down. There's an infill cushion that goes on the top, and that makes up another double bed on there. So this Targa really does have all of the toys, all the features, and it's presented very, very nicely. So let's just come back up again. I'll put an overlay here of the engines and the engine access. So engine access is down here. You've got a really, really large opening on the Targa 38. So you can see storage space here on top of the generator. That's the generator nestled down there. The guy's even got a wakeboard down there as well, so it shows how much storage you can fit in there. And then those twin D4s just nestling at the back there. So nice amount of space, as you can see, to walk around. Huge water tank down there as well. Really impressive size. I think that's probably bigger than, looks certainly an upgrade potentially there. I'll have a look at the different specs on there. But all presented very nicely, serviced up together, and all looked after locally here in Port Solent. But by being the D4s rather than D6s, you really don't change much in terms of the performance. You've got a lighter engine. Yes, it doesn't deliver quite the same horsepower, but the trade-off is the weight of the engine. So actually the performance on the D4s is pretty similar. But of course on this you also have the joystick control, which is a really, really nice feature and makes manoeuvring a boat like this absolutely a dream. So I think that's pretty much it. Just have a quick look around again. I've just noticed there's more storage space under there, space for bottles and glasses, and it has a very, very nice feel to it. So the owner of this boat absolutely loves his Fairlines. He's looking at upgrading and looking at some larger Fairlines as we speak. This is a beautiful example of a 2011 Targa 38. A really, really lovely boat. Love the colour touches, love some of the upgrades, and recommend anybody who's pop down to Port Saloon, give us a call and have a look at this boat. It's really worth the watch. Thanks so much.